Hi Capricorn, this is Just with your February 15th to the 28th, 2018 tarot reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So never mind the raspiness of the voice. I know I sound pretty raspy, excuse that. But I have to say, Capricorn, there's a few things going on here. Now, Capricorn ladies, this reading happens to be very masculine focused, okay? There's a lot of masculine energy here. Now, with that being said, this reading is going to kind of resonate for some of you in separate ways. One, some of you yourselves can be, your energy could be being interpreted very masculine at this time, not feminine at all. You're coming off as more manly than anything, okay? So these different masculine energies I'm seeing could, in fact, represent some Capricorn ladies out there. Two, if it isn't you, you're saying, no, I'm pretty much in check, then it could manifest with there being a particular male in your life that shape shifts. Now, shape shifting, what is that? That's when a person's energy shifts from one way to another. So today he's one way, by the afternoon he's another way, and then at night he's a completely different person, or every day he's someone else, right? Or depending on the circumstance, he changes into a different element, So it could be one individual, but he takes on all different types of energy. Or, and this is the last one, you could be dealing with three different men. And it doesn't mean love aspect, but for some of you, it will be the case. Others of you, it could be in different arenas and areas in your life, right? Three different people are involved, but I definitely get this being very much masculine focused. My Capricorn men, I do feel like a lot of you will be shape shifting, and that means that you will come into you've come into February with a certain energy and attitude. You're now, as far as like the way that you're thinking, is something different. And as we go out to the end of this reading, you'll completely be taking on a different energy. And we'll get more deeper into that as I go on with this reading. But I wanted to give you guys the lay of the land so that you're very aware of how this is working. Now, having said all of that, so I do see that there has been something is going down, okay? And you Capricorns that can relate, you already know what's going on with you. All hell is about to break loose, yes. I feel like some of you were on the fence. You didn't know exactly how you felt about a particular situation that's really serious in your life. And for all of you, it'll be different. But the theme here is kind of very strong. So what I'm about to say, if it does not relate to you, please disregard. We can go on to the other interpretations momentarily. I do see, however, that someone is pregnant, okay? Yeah, there's a big, huge theme about this. And if you are the Capricorn male who is getting this bit of news, you don't know how to take it. You are reserving the right to not really respond until you learn a little bit further about this pregnancy. Some of you Capricorn men may feel as though you're not really sure that this is your child. Okay. Capricorn ladies, and I'm just going to say it as a general, so you place yourself as it relates. I do see that whoever's pregnant, there could be either they lost the child, and my condolences if that is the case. If you thought you were pregnant and then you've had a miscarriage, it could also resonate with you thinking you were pregnant, but then in fact you are not pregnant. And if that's the case, I do see that there's this supportive nature that your mate or someone in your life is giving you, like, oh, we thought we were going to have a baby, or you had a miscarriage, that sort of thing. So if it is a loss of some form, there will be some consoling you and nurturing you in that regard. However, if there has been, I do also see that there could have been lies about a pregnancy, someone not being honest that they were never pregnant to begin with, or there being a secret kept of pregnancy. People saying that they're not pregnant when in fact they are pregnant. Okay. And down the line, I want to say in another, it could be 20 days from now. It could be, so 20 days is like another, let's just say another month, on a couple of months, a month and a half, it may come out, or by the month of May, that yes, in fact, we are pregnant, or yes, in fact, they're having a baby, that sort of thing. Okay. So it kind of goes in all different types of realms. Now, if there is some issues with baby, because I do see judgment, some of you are in court. And I know last time I said to Capricorns that you guys are in court, you're going through something before. It seems to me to be having to settle some form of debt. Okay. So this could be child support, and there's arguments that this is not my child. So I do see a complete battle as it relates to judgments. And again, that could be on any level. I'm speaking of children, but it could be financial or any aspect in your life. I feel some of you may feel as though the judge can be pretty harsh, like they're very much a black and white type of judge. There is no gray area. There is no trying to get nice with him. It's just very black and white. And so you will have a fight on your hands. Some of you could have entered into this very nonchalant, very naive, thinking that, oh, it'll be nothing. I'm just going to, say this and then it'll be that. And then you realize the severity of the situation and you are completely confused of how do you really get out of this. Now, lying about it isn't going to work. Okay. And that goes for every aspect. Lying that a person isn't pregnant clearly isn't going to work. Lying in any aspect with your judgment really isn't going to work. But at this time, some of you may feel like I have no other choice but to pull out every, trick in my bag in order to survive this thing. So, some of you, even though it may be a bit problematic for you, others of you, you may feel like this is the only result. And in fact, to some extent, it may even work for you. Now, and why I say that, because at first lying, the next card is disappointment, but then there's a judgment that could be positive. So that's why I say for some of you, it will not be. Others of you, it may in fact be. Now, there's another aspect here, which is extremely serious. And for some of you, it will not apply. So no need to comment in the section below. Just if it doesn't apply to you, then that's what it is. Some of you, definitely, there is some sexually transmitted diseases that's going around. Absolutely. Someone's going to find out that they have a sexually transmitted disease. Whomever they're with may be denying it. Whomever is the discoverer of like, hey, this is what I have. The person could be denying and lying that I didn't give it to you. Someone may be saying that, hey, you gave it to me, when in fact they never gave anything to you. And I do see that this is going to rock a relationship completely. It seems like there's this news that comes in, then a person is saying, hey, we're going to get through this, or, at first, like almost supporting the situation. And then it turns into an all out fight and fallout when it's almost like confirmed. Yeah, yes, this is what's happened. This is what you gave me. Okay. And there's some confusion. And for some of you, ladies or men, there may be, really, if you can relate to this, you may be completely confused of who gave you what, because you've been interacting with not just one person. So if you've been sexually fluid, then it may be very confusing of who gave me this, sexually transmitted disease. So if you're out there single, be very careful. Right now is definitely, and I'm speaking specifically to you all. I'm not saying this is just for, more Capricorn ladies. No, this is for you all, because if you're fluid, you can be, you can be in that sensitive state, period. So just be very, very careful. And of course, even if you're using condoms, if you're not using them in every aspect, then you still leave yourself open for something to happen. Okay. We're all adults here. At least we should be. So be very careful with that. Now, as it relates to, so by the second week with all of this stuff, and please, I know that you guys are able to keep up with me, but by the second week, and you say, well, how is all of this kind of going to work out with the situation? All hell is going to break loose. There's going to be fighting upon fighting upon fighting, at odds, conflict, fighting. And I feel that as far as the male aspect is concerned, let me just break down this male energy for you Capricorn ladies and even men. Now, the man is coming in, have been coming in, so coming into February, emotionally kind of keeping to himself. Okay. There's feelings there, but he's not really going to say anything, or he's not necessarily going to be very fluid with his finances, if it's about a money situation. Okay. Or he has a plan. There's some form of a plan that's going on. He's thinking about what can be done in order to rectify the situation. Okay. And he's very adamant. So whatever the argument is, he's extremely adamant with you. This again, I'm speaking to a Capricorn woman, and Capricorn men, this is your position. Very adamant about his stance on the circumstance. For all of you, it'll be different. And I feel that there is this already emotionally, he has detached. He has emotionally moved away from the situation. Okay. It doesn't mean permanently, but at this time, under this circumstance, he's emotionally moved away. He's become very controlled and thinking about things in a very logical sort of way. And now it's all about what's fair and what's just and what's right. Okay. And if this is something that was brought to him, he may already be thinking that he's ready to disconnect from this relationship. Okay. Whether it be that you're pregnant or now you're not pregnant, or there's some type of, sexually transmitted disease, that sort of thing going on. Okay. Now, or it could be something about cheating, but we can get into that later. And so in the second week, I feel like with this situation, the male Capricorn, or the male in this scenario, could be a male Capricorn, a male in a scenario if you're a Capricorn lady, he will start to become very much your enemy. Okay. And you're trying to, again, defend your side in a very combative sort of way. He's already has in his mind that you are an enemy to him. He is your enemy. And you guys will pretty much be fighting all the way to the end. And the only thing that could kind of save the situation is some form of enforcement. So it could be legal enforcement, the courts, like actual police enforcement. I get some type of institutionalized enforcement that can regulate this situation. So hopefully it doesn't get so bad where cops have to be called and that sort of thing, because it can get kind of way out of control is what it looks like to me. Now I've said all of that. Okay. So the rest of your month of February will be action packed. The best thing that you can do, the advice here, okay, is for you to, I feel the best thing for you to do is to accept whatever the situation is. In time, things will start to kind of make sense, but I don't feel like it will in the month of February. Okay. Don't be naive, and that's not a Capricorn either, and especially with Pluto transiting you guys, that's the least that you guys can be. But, don't be naive in thinking that there isn't a possibility that things can be what they are, if that makes sense. And I feel like, in time, things will work itself out. But if you can, take the high road, then do that. Don't match a person's negative energy as much as possible. Clearly, that would be the advice. Now, that being said, as it relates to finance, I feel like, again, you guys are in a fight for your life. If this is a work situation, there may be an aspect that you feel like you could be on probation. Someone could be blaming you for something is what I get, and you have to defend yourself. I keep getting defending yourself. Okay. And as far as handling this in a way that is akin to Capricorn, I do not see it. I don't even see your cards here. So I feel like you guys have thrown caution to the wind. You're not, relying on your own way of doing things, which is a goat. So it's like taking time and going step by step and not overreacting. Like, you guys are going to go all in. I see a lot of fire energy and air. So there's a lot of quick movements followed by thoughts. So you think it, you're saying it. You thinking it, you're doing it. It's just a lot of pow, pow, pow happening. And again, I do feel like, management, upper management is going to get involved. Human resources, all of that is going to get involved. So again, if you guys can relate, leave me a message in the comment section below, because I would love to know who all does this apply to. It's almost like the same kind of reading I gave Virgo, except Virgos were the outsiders. You guys are definitely you're in the ring. You're one of the boxers. Okay. It's not funny, but it's just that serious. Now, as it relates to love, I think I kind of hit on a lot of different areas as it relates to love. And I didn't speak on, well, if you're going to be working, if you're trying to look for a job, if you are doing that, this definitely would not necessarily be the greatest time. You may feel like you're in the fight for your damn life, especially in the way that it can kind of work out in a positive way if you are looking to get into the court systems, in the prisons, that sort of thing. There could be that it's like, okay, I had to go through a rigorous process. But all in all, I kind of came out on top, because I do see that, some of you will definitely come out on top. If not now, I feel May is going to be one of your stronger months in 2018, but it will be a process. Okay. Again, it may take all this time to go back and forth to court to prove that, no, this isn't my child. It may take, a few months to find out and go through different streams of tests to find out I don't have anything. There's nothing wrong with me. That sort of thing. It may go through a process at work that they finally give you a judgment that, okay, you're clear, you can go on, and that sort of thing. At the investigations is what it looks like to me. Now, love. Well, it's no denying that I see a breakup, a possible breakup. It could have something to do with, if it's a threesome situation, there is a breakup. Again, someone may have thought they were pregnant. And I feel like at this point, it could get so ugly that if there is a threesome situation, it can involve, again, as I stated before, sexually transmitted diseases. Someone thought that they were pregnant. Someone's not saying that they're pregnant, and you may not even really realize 100%. They keep saying they're not pregnant when in fact they are pregnant. Something with pregnancy there. And I do feel like if there has been an issue, and some of you also that you have a couple, you may be trying to get pregnant, okay? Going through IVF, I believe it's called IVF, and it's failing. And you're still sticking with your mate to try to, again, produce it. And although emotionally it's kind of draining you guys, you are definitely in for the fight, and it's a long fight. And it may create issues and challenges in your relationship, because, again, it's very disappointing when, you're wanting desperately to, create and you're unable to. And it even may be at a point where this relationship may be on its last leg. There's a lot of disappointment here, loss, and trying to figure out how do we, get on the other side of it. And so please take this with a grain of salt, this message, because, again, I'm not the Lord, I'm not the creator, and I definitely don't have every insight in the world to be able to give you a definitive answer. So this is a very loose statement, and please take it as that. But some of you may find out that, yes, you're with child, and it may be successful. Again, by that, I'm getting like August, July time, like Leo energy is what it looks like to me. So again, down the line, things may work, but right now you're in a critical point. Others of you, I see a lot of turmoil and problems. Again, it has either something to do with a fight. So you as a couple, you may be fighting in court, when it relates to money, property, asset is what it looks like to me. There will be a long fight with this. If it is not you as a couple fighting in court, then it looks like, or someone, dragging you into court is what it looks like. Then, again, there's definitely an issue as it relates to your relationship with some lies and some secrets. And again, it's just getting started. I feel the last week of February is when it really is going to go down. So be very careful. Wish I could end on a positive note and say, well, by the end of the month, you guys are all going to be fine and everything is going to work out. No, it's like it's just getting started. I do see healing, but that will be down the line after all of this kind of comes up, comes out, and then starts to kind of sift through. So that's what I have for you for the first 2 weeks of February. No, you guys are not the longest reading. I had a lot to say, guys, so hopefully you guys are listening up. Now, leave your comments in the comment section below if you would like to share with us how this all relates. Hopefully, it doesn't relate to any of you out there. If you would like a personal reading with me, I can be reached in the beginning and into this video. And if you are new to this channel, welcome. I know it's pretty deep. It never gets this deep, and hopefully March will be far better. And subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Capricorn.